Hi, I'm Dr. Blazer. Welcome to Managerial Finance. My goal this semester is to work with you to help you successfully complete this course. The course requires a significant amount of time as well as your active engagement. You're expected to have a basic foundation in both financial and managerial accounting, and as a fully asynchronous online course, it's best suited for strong independent learners. There are plenty of resources to help you succeed, and I'm always available to answer your questions. After watching the welcome video and reviewing the syllabus, if you don't think you're going to have time to spend to devote to this class to succeed, put it off and take it at a later semester when you do have more time. I expect you to spend anywhere from 120 to 140 hours over the course of the semester working on this course. Reading the textbook or ebook, listening to D2L lectures and homework demonstrations. And again, it's very important to take advantage of the course resources available in D2L. They're the how-to on how to complete this course. It replaces that face-to-face, in-person content. As you work through the Excel assignments and other homework assignments and connect quizzes, make sure you're doing them with the purpose of learning and mastering the material, not just merely getting through them and trying to earn the points. The exams are patterned closely after the Excel and Connect homework assignments, and if you aren't competent in completing them, you'll struggle on the exams. Read through the course learning objectives, and I would sort of say there's 3 or 4 broad learning objectives. One of the first underlying ones is you'll learn how to be a better Excel modeler. You'll learn and master Excel techniques that you'll find very useful in your subsequent career. The second primary thing that we're doing in this class is you'll learn to analyze, evaluate, and build pro forma financial statements. The second half of the course, then we sort of switch gears and we devote time to studying the time value of money and how it is used to value stocks, bonds, and investment opportunities. In particular, we'll evaluate various capital budgeting techniques that companies use to make capital investment decisions. This is a writing course, and there's a significant amount of writing and analysis that you'll need to do in completing the class. We will be formally using the 12th edition of Ross Westerfield and Jordan, Fundamentals of Corporate Finance by McGraw-Hill. There are used versions of the 9th, 10th, or 11th editions available on Amazon. You're going to need to sign up for McGraw-Hill Connect, which includes access to an ebook. But for completing news briefs, for making notes in the margin, there's nothing better than having a hard copy of the textbook. And that's where I encourage you to consider buying one of these older editions. Not much has changed. It will be fantastic for helping you as a learning tool. You're going to need access to Microsoft Excel. It's available in most of the computer labs on campus, which you can access remotely through the VLab. Also, as a student, you can download a free educational version of Excel. I also recommend getting a business calculator with time value of money functions. I recommend the Texas Instrument TI-84. You will need it and or Excel to solve time value of money problems in the second half of the course. Again, to succeed in the class, make sure you have adequate time to devote to the assignments. My proposed or suggested strategy for studying is to first read the chapter learning objectives and chapter summary. In D2L, for each chapter, you'll see the chapter learning objectives. Then read the textbook or ebook, and also watch any lecture videos or take part and read any D2L readings. For instance, Chapter 2 has resource videos that provide reviews of the basic income statement, balance sheet, a guide to accounting, and basic videos on understanding financial statements. Remember, financial accounting is one of the prerequisites for this course. And if you don't understand what's on a financial statement, you'll have a difficult time analyzing financial statements. Some of the chapters have external video resources. Others have videos that I have recorded. Another important link for each one of these chapters is the guided examples. Within D2L, you can find problem walkthroughs of a variety of the assigned Connect homework problems. There are also homework hints and walkthroughs in Connect for assignments as well. D2L has additional video walkthroughs. After watching the lectures, complete the Connect chapter overviews. Chapter 1 only has a chapter quiz, but Chapter 2 has an overview, which includes a lecture video as well as problems. It has homework assignments and a chapter quiz. Notice the different due dates on each one of these. The chapter overview is the first day that we're covering a chapter, and the homework and chapter quizzes are generally due on the last day that we're covering a chapter. Be sure to pay attention to the course schedule for specific course due dates, as well as the dates provided in Connect and in the content area of D2L. In D2L, you'll find the link to that Chapter 2 overview as well as the due date. You'll find a link to an Excel financial statement assignment. You'll find a link to an Excel Chapter 2 tax table assignment due on the 13th, as well as links to the Connect homework and the Connect chapter quiz. After completing the Excel assignment, if any, for the chapter, then complete the Connect homework assignment, and finally, complete the Connect chapter quiz. Also, some of the chapters will have Wall Street Journal news brief assignments. Chapter 1 is the first chapter with a news brief assignment. The course document folder has a link to this welcome video if you want to watch it again, a link to the syllabus, a student's advice from a prior semester for how to succeed in this course, a short brief background on me, information on how to register for Connect, information on using the optional Smart Book that's in Connect, a link on how to navigate and complete Connect assignments, and then information on the news briefs. There are links for the news brief requirements, some sample news briefs, as well as a short video, a student's advice on writing a news brief. Let's take a look at the news brief requirements. The course consists of 11 chapters and another supplemental chapter on cash flow statements. For 8 of the chapters, you need to prepare what I refer to as a Wall Street Journal news brief and upload it into D2L. It is very important to understand what the news brief is. The purpose of the news brief is to demonstrate your understanding of chapter material by identifying a Wall Street Journal newspaper article that relates to the content. That's step 1. More importantly, in writing the news brief, demonstrate your understanding of the chapter by analyzing the article and using the article to support or contradict primary concepts from the chapter. Ask yourself this question: how would I evaluate your understanding of the chapter if I only had this news brief to evaluate your understanding? Most of the chapters provide a little bit of additional details and guidance. Make sure you find that guidance for your news brief. To complete a news brief at the top, make sure that you have your name, the chapter, the article's title, the article's date, the article's URL. Okay. Find an article from the Wall Street Journal dated after 6/1/2023, in other words, after June 1st. It must be from the current edition of the Wall Street Journal. Then you're going to prepare that 3 or 4 paragraph single-space brief that explains how the article relates to or supports the topics of the chapter. Don't just rehash the article. I have the link. You don't need to tell me much about the article unless you're linking it to a specific thing from the chapter. Again, how would I evaluate your understanding of the chapter if I only had this news brief to go on? Your news brief will be worth a total of 18 points. Content analysis are worth 9 points. Grammar and writing style worth 5 points. And your choice of article will be worth 4 points. Again, before writing your first news brief, read through some sample news briefs and watch the video on a student's advice on writing a news brief. Grades, because students always want to know how they're going to be graded. There are about 1,000 points for the course. About 20% of your final grade will be based on the Connect chapter overviews and homework. The Connect quizzes are another 110 points. A Excel assignments, about 91 points. Your Wall Street Journal news briefs will count for 144 points. Then there will be 3 traditional exams and 1 written ROE decomposition exam, so a total of 4 exams. This first exam, a written ROE decomposition and Excel analysis, that is going to be based solely, almost primarily, 100% on one of the homework assignments. That homework assignment is in Chapter 3. Of course, to complete it successfully, you will have needed to master the material in Chapter 2, the cash flow statement chapter, as well as Chapter 3. That one particular assignment is this LA Gear Ratios and Financial Analysis assignment. Make sure you work it completely. Watch the instructional videos in that assignment. They give you step-by-step details on what will be expected of you in that first exam. If this was a face-to-face class, I would refer to that as a take-home exam. And you can expect to probably spend 6 to 8 hours on that exam, completing the Excel worksheet, building your cash flow statement, calculating ratios, and preparing a written ROE decomposition. Again, watch the videos, the detailed videos in this assignment on how to write that ROE decomposition. The remaining exams are your traditional format. They will be some multi-select true-false questions, along with ample number of problems and open-ended type questions. I use a plus-minus grading scale. You need to earn at least 650 points or 65% in the course to pass. If you haven't used McGraw-Hill's Connect in the past, make sure you take the time to walk through on how to navigate and complete Connect assignments. Watch the short video on how to use the Smart Book. It's optional, but it has the ebook along with conceptual study, check your progress type questions. Then, of course, there's a folder for each chapter's homework assignments, as well as a chapter for ungraded practice chapter overviews. So if you miss a chapter overview or want to go back and work a chapter overview after the due date, this is where you would look for those chapter overviews. There is a section in here on ungraded practice, conceptual and multiple choice and true-false questions that you might want to work through in preparation for the exams. Although, again, the exams aren't going to follow and won't be in Connect. They will be in D2L. For the Connect homework, there are links within Connect for checking your work to find out if your answer is correct. Try not to use it too much. Don't click on check my work every time you type in another answer. You just spend way too much time. Have a little bit more confidence in your work. There are hints at the bottom for quite a few of the homework problems. And for those that you can't find hints, look in D2L for the guided examples that are available for most of the homework assignments. For example, here are all the guided examples for problems related to Chapter 4. For the homework, you can rework it as many times as you want, and only the highest or best score will count. After the scheduled due date, you can do study attempts, which will not count towards your grade. The chapter quizzes, you have 30 minutes and 1 attempt to complete each chapter quiz. Feedback and grades will be provided immediately after taking that quiz. Again, the Wall Street Journal news briefs. Carefully read through the requirements for those news briefs. The Excel assignments are due again, just like the Connect assignments, at 11:59 p.m. on the scheduled due dates. You must use Excel, not Numbers or any other spreadsheet programs. You must use Excel to receive credit. Again, you can get a free version of Excel through Microsoft directly as a student. The link is right there on the syllabus. Or you can access it through Millersville's VLab. That will give you access to a virtual PC environment. Then finally, exams. There will be 4 exams during the semester. The first one will be the one related to the LA Gear homework assignment, and it is basically on chapters 1 through 3 in the cash flow statements. Okay, and again, make sure you thoroughly work the LA Gear homework assignment. The remaining 3 exams are timed and available in D2L. Exam 2 will cover chapters 1 through 4 in the cash flow statements. Exam 3 covers chapters 5 through 7, which is the time value of money and bonds. And the final exam is cumulative, covering chapters 1 through 11 in cash flow statements with a slightly heavier emphasis on chapters 8 through 11. The exams will draw heavily on the Excel assignment and Connect homework as well as the Connect chapter quizzes. If you can comfortably complete the homework assignment and chapter quizzes, you will be well prepared for the exams. You won't find any surprises on the exams other than the fact that you're not going to be able to easily Chegg or use ChatGPT to answer these exam questions. I've created my own custom exam questions, and you won't be able to just Chegg your way through it. To study for the exam, go back and rework any of the homework problems or questions that you found challenging. Complete study attempts for the chapter quizzes. Make use of the ungraded practice conceptual multiple choice and true-false questions in Connect. That's all of these. And also make use of the true-false practice quizzes in D2L. You can find those by going to the course homepage, go to Assessments, Quizzes, and there you will find the practice true-false questions for exam 2, practice true-false questions for exam 3, practice true-false questions for exam, the 4th exam, chapters 8 through 11, if you only want to focus on those, or all chapters for the final exam. A couple other things. Again, register for Connect. There's a link in D2L on how to register for Connect if you can't figure it out. Once you've registered for Connect, look for this widget right down here and pair your Connect shell with the D2L shell. Otherwise, grades won't transfer over. Introduce yourself. Post a short video description, picture, and tell me something about yourself. And watch the welcome video if you haven't done so. Although I'm not sure why I'm telling you that, because this is at the end of the welcome video. I wish you all the best this semester. Again, please, please, please don't hesitate to reach out to me if you have questions. And good luck.